Bank of Canada left the overnight rate unchanged again. I'm going to tell you all about it starting right now. Yeah, you heard that right. Bank of Canada at the July 30th meeting left the overnight rate unchanged at 2.75%. A lot of what's going on right now with the Bank of Canada is simply uncertainty. We've got a full-blown tariff war with the states. Carney himself the other day just said, I'm not talking to Trump until there's a reason to talk to him. I think that's valid. Trump is causing chaos everywhere he goes in the world. I think the guy thrives on it, frankly. He's an agent of chaos, and nobody knows what he's going to do next from one day to the next. With us, there's repeated threats of tariffs, 50%, 35%, 45%, steel, aluminum, lumber, God knows what. Everything that comes out of that guy's mouth south of the border is a threat to our sovereignty, a threat to our well-being, and we're really, with rates, stuck between a rock and a hard place. I think that, we're resilient as a people, and our economy is holding up relatively okay at the moment, but the impact of these tariffs and the threats of them are starting to actually work their way through our economy. Core inflation, according to the Bank of Canada, is now higher than where they want it to be. And at the same time, they're acknowledging that our economy is starting to slow down and get sluggish due to the headwinds that this tariff nonsense is putting on our economy. So the normal tool that you would use for interest rates, obviously, for speeding up or slowing down an economy, right now is actually a double-edged sword. If our economy is slowing down, you'd normally want to cut rates, but inflation's creeping up. And if you cut rates, that's going to make inflation worse. We just came out of a massive inflationary cycle, past couple of years where, as everybody knows, inflation was through the roof, and we've just barely got that under control right now. So the last thing the Bank of Canada wants to do is lower rates and spur that on again. So what do? We've got to deal with the headwinds. We've got to deal with the sluggish economy right now. It's not a good thing. I'm really hoping Canada really works hard to diversify our economy away from so much dependence on the US, because they've proved themselves to be an unreliable ally. That's going to be something that's going to take maybe a decade to heal, if not, who knows, ever. Anyways, I'm really glad that we've got a stable hand as a Prime Minister, a former Bank of Canada governor himself running our country, along with Tiff Macklin, his underling, actually, when he was the governor. This is good news. We've got some stability, at least in the Bank of Canada. And I would think going forward, the Bank of Canada is likely going to keep rates roughly where they are. And if they do move them one way or the other, we're probably talking a quarter point at best. I'm talking about mortgage rates in there as well. In the early spring, I published every month what cheapest rates are in the country. And this stuff with Trump, the tariffs are massively higher than they were in January or February when he first took office. And you're seeing that in the bond market. You're seeing that with mortgage rates. They haven't come up substantially, but they have come up. And right now, I do believe it's 4.84 on a 5-year fixed. That's a heck of a lot better than 6 or 7% like we were a few years ago. But it's definitely a tough market right now for interest rates, for mortgages, for people buying and selling, and for the Canadian economy. Anyways, I'll keep you posted on the next update. Thanks so much for watching, and have yourself an awesome day.